Good morning.
Hello everybody. Happy New Year's Eve. It is Christine. And I just decided, because this is the first time in 4 years that I got a request to make prime rib. And as you can see here, we're just preparing it right now. We got to do a little bit of math to make sure that I know exactly how long I need to do this for. I don't need all of this fat on here. So, but in case some of you remember, back during the pandemic, I live streamed making prime rib, and it was just something just so that all of us here who were pretty much stuck, in whatever the heck we were doing, just weren't able to, just enjoy each other's company and things like that. And my quest for prime rib this holiday season has been a weird one. Okay. And I'll go into that story as I am preparing this. Because the first thing we need to do is we need to weigh this. So this thing has been, defrosting a little bit, and just rinsed it and dried it. And we don't want too much fat on top, because we want to make sure that the flavor actually does hit the top and the top of it. So we don't want to go too crazy on that fat cap. So I'm just doing a little bit of a trim here, nothing too silly, just enough so that it's not too thick. So if it's too thick, then certain things just kind of light on fire, which, not that I know this from experience, but, just want to make sure we're not too crazy here on the fat. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. Liz is behind the camera here. Say hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz. Yeah, because, I said, I'm gonna live stream this because I can, and food porn, through the year, you've probably seen the food porn that I like to show, and this time I'm going to make the food porn for New Year's Eve, because food porn is completely okay, right?
And I also made pie, and there will also be potatoes and some green vegetable will appear, as if by magic.
As if by magic. Yes, and so. Came up with this random idea, and then I just messaged Liz, and I was like, "Hey, you want to do prime rib?" And then she's like, "Yeah," and then I'm all like, "Okay," and then it's like, "Oh, if you do the prime rib, then we'll do the rest of it." And I said, "Well, that sounds like a plan to me." And so that's lovely, and I'm very happy for that. The only thing that sucks now, and we can thank inflation for that, is that the usual specials where you can get prime rib from like Ralph's for like $6 a pound. Those didn't exist anymore, so I actually had to go to Costco, and it was pretty much close to the normal pricing at Costco, which made me kind of sad. I was like, well, I guess it is what it is, and it's only going to get worse from here, knowing what's going to be coming around in 2025. We won't talk about that directly. Oh yeah, we will. But it is what it is. So I think I got this kind of trimmed up enough. While we're just talking here, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my scale. And I'm just going to go ahead and, a couple ounces on paper towel isn't going to hurt anybody. We plus minus a couple. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. We're going to go ahead and weigh this thing. And yes, I am wearing a Remy, because it's what you do when, you run.
He's the real cook.
He's the real cook. He's just telling me what to do. He's whispering sweet nothings in my ear, and a couple curse words as well, and this is what I'm dealing with. Let's go ahead and weigh this bastard. We're going to do this in pounds and ounces. So the rule for the way that I am cooking this is going to be in the form of a reverse sear. So basically what we're going to do is we have the oven on broil, and we're going to be broiling it at 500 degrees for the number of minutes based off of the weight. So we're going to find out how much this thing weighs. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put it on move this over. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, and we'll see what the final count is. I kind of know how much it weighs, but I want to verify, because it is a piece of meat.
What does it say? It says,
Right. Okay, so we're now at 7 point. What do we have here? It's our official. Is that 7.1? Looks like it.
Can you read it? Oh, sort of, barely.
Yeah, it's like 7.1. I can turn it on its side, maybe.
Just trust us.
Just trust us at 7.1. Yeah, here we go. We got it. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7.1. 7 So 7.1. So basically, the rule is that for every pound, it's 5 minutes of a sear. So we're at 7.7. We'll just round it down to 7 at 35. So it's 7 times 5 is 35. So 35 minutes. So before we set it up in this lovely pan here, we need to do the thing where we completely cover this bastard in all sorts of spices and seasonings and whatever. So let's go ahead and do that, and this is my favorite part. Let's go ahead and have some fun here. I don't know, am I on the Wi-Fi? Because I mean, it keeps saying it's a slow connection. I'm pretty sure I'm on the Wi-Fi. I'm not sure what's on.
It says you're on the Wi-Fi.
It says I'm on the Wi-Fi. It claims to be on the Wi-Fi. Well, so for this year, in terms of what we're using, we are actually going to be using instead of Irish butter, which is what I've used historically, we're going to be using goat butter. Now, is there a particular? What are some benefits of using goat butter, Liz? You know any?
That it was in our refrigerator.
Yes, it was already there, and I did not have to pay for it. But what are some other?
It's got a little bit different flavor profile. It's a little tinier. It's a little milder. You know, it's less creamy. It's a little less fatty than cow's milk. Butter is, so I don't know. It's just a little slightly different flavor profile, but it's good.
So we're going to experiment with that today. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and wash my hands here and put on some gloves, because it's going to get messy real quick. And actually, while that's going on, Liz, do you have an extra bowl we can use to mix all of this loveliness that we're about to since your debauchery on here?
All of the bowls have been taken up by things like potatoes and tangerines and lemons.
Oh, no.
And more of these things.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess we're going to have to...
It will not be included today, but I will be making marmalade tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah.
No one wants to watch that shit show.
Are you sure? Because I mean, there's barely anyone watching this shit show right now.
I don't know if I want that much cursing on my wall. People might actually find out how much I actually swear.
You know, and you know, the people who don't actually realize how much you swear don't know you well enough. You gotta realize this, you know. I mean, I myself swear like a sailor.
Maybe there's a reason for that. There should be a bunch of bowls under there, like big faux bowls.
Yes, this is where we can...
Faux bowls.
This is what I need, man.
Faux bowls.
This is what I need.
Glass bowls.
Glass bowl. Glass bowl. Okay, so this is what happens next. So we already know this is going to be a 35-minute. I'm going to go ahead and put this here. Where are my gloves? Gloves. Because, you know, this is a medical procedure, right? No, it's not. It's just that I don't want to be like looking like 2 days later and realizing that I still have spices underneath my nails. It's just kind of weird. But we're going to do the mess.
Bend over and cough.
Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. This is completely unrehearsed. This is completely uncensored. I honestly...
Hi, Sherry.
Yeah, so if you're here and you're saying hi, you know, please feel free to throw in a comment. Please feel free to do anything. I am putting on gloves right now. People will be like, "Oh, this is going to be some weird right now." Yes, it's going to be some weird right now. I mean, I'm running around with a 7-pound roast that we just determined is officially 7.1 pounds. I have a rat on my shoulder that probably looks like it's about to tip over, and I've got these gloves on, and it's like, oh. And this right here, so this is the Meyenberg goat milk butter. And we're gonna be using 2 sticks of this stuff. So this is about approximately half a cup, which we want 1 cup of butter, because we usually want 1 cup of butter to do the bless. We call it the mess, right?
We must anoint the ribs.
We must anoint this wonderful roast here that you know, we have been provided by the wonderful people of Costco. You know, in previous years, and I have to say, when I was doing the research for this roast, I was looking at other places like Whole Foods, you know, which is where I traditionally buy my roast.
Blasphemy.
Or Ralph's. Not Whole Foods, I'm sorry. Sprouts. Okay, we have to talk, you know, I have to talk within my income level. Okay, so I was talking about Sprouts. You know, Sprouts for normal people. You know that an Erewhon is going to be opening in Manhattan Beach, like this upcoming year. I'm like, Erewhon? Are you serious? Like you have to. I feel like I'm already broke by just walking into that damn place. Like, Erewhon. Yeah, what the hell? So anyway,
You need to talk someone into reopening Dean and DeLuca on the West Coast.
You know, I mean, we're slowly getting sports basement down here on the, down here at SoCal. So I mean, maybe there's hope for everything. So we've got our cup of goat butter here, and then we're gonna do the bless. Now it's saying that you need to put like a quarter to a half a cup. I mean, I don't measure. Okay, first off, even though I am a CAMS graduate, and so is Liz. We both went into majors that had nothing to do with math. Maybe textiles did a little bit, but
I still had to take chemistry. Thank you very much.
Fine.
I do math all the time.
Okay, but I will say that.
But you measure this shit with your heart.
Yeah.
Let your ancestors whisper in your ear.
Well, my ancestors didn't do this. Okay, my ancestors tried to make sure.
Well,
that I didn't
mine had a cattle ranch, so
Yeah.
a little bit more.
So I will in just a second here. Let me get this nice and covered here. But yeah, so the story goes about the whole why prime rib became a thing was just a couple weeks ago. I went to I was in Huntington Beach, which nobody does that. Okay, I mean Huntington Beach is literally the Florida of California, and I shouldn't have done that. But I had happened to have done some stuff in Costa Mesa, and I just wanted to go and go take advantage of this thing that I found out on Instagram, which was a $20 all-you-can-eat prime rib. Well, so I decided to go there. It was a Monday night. This was actually last Monday, to be honest. And it's a place called Second Floor. Now, at a normal time, considering the atmosphere, I wouldn't have minded going to. I wouldn't have minded going there. Look at that. That's just mixing it, trying to get this soft enough so that it's pliable enough for me to rub all over this meat. Because we're going to do some meat rubbing. Because who said this was supposed to be an appropriate thing?
It looks like a dubious body butter that you would get at like Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, so like this Bed Bath and Beyond, except we're eating it. Okay, I guess. So what happened was on Monday, I decided, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to take advantage of this prime rib thing. So fast forward, not only did I have to sit outside and it was cold and I had all my motorcycle gear on because I took my bike. It was they ran out of prime rib. I never got any. And not only that, but I ended up getting stuck listening to open mic night for stand-up comedy. And if you're considering that it's Huntington Beach, pretty much most of the stuff that they were joking about is stuff that you probably wouldn't find funny if you still believe in basic human rights. So I'm not going to repeat any of it. Anyway, with that being said, I asked the person who was actually the server was a very nice young man. And I asked him, I said, hey, is it always this bad? It's like, what are the chances of me as a single one person, coming here to get the prime rib? What are the chances of me actually like making this happen? And he goes, well, this is the busiest it's ever been. I better need some more, my friend. You may sprinkle. Have fun. And he goes, and the gentleman's like, well, it's never this bad. I think that's good. What do you think? Are we listening to our heart?
We're listening to our heart.
We're listening to our heart. Okay.
And our ancestors of the Miles Ranch in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Because my great, there's 7 greats in there. You just pretend there's 7. Actually had a big ass cattle ranch in Nebraska that would have been equivalent to like one of the historic ranchos here in Southern California.
So basically, we need to honor all the ancestors.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if they are from Nebraska or they are from across the ocean. We are going to honor all of them by blessing this meat with as much. If this butter can still absorb this, it is enough. That is how we're looking at this stuff. Right? Look at this. I mean, that is just infused. Look at that.
I think we could add more.
Are you sure? Because I'm still trying to suck up all of the kosher salt, dude.
Fine.
I mean, I saw this spice thing, and then I realized, there's no reason for me to bring that giant ass box of kosher salt because, I mean, what we can do is like if this was like hand mixed, I could be like, this is the prime rib butter. This will occur. I mean, I'm actually still trying to absorb all of the kosher salt crystals because it's like
for anybody who's interested, this is
that's another Costco product, by the way. I'm hoping that Costco still sells that because I did get it about like last year.
It's pretty idiot proof because it literally says prime rib on it. Like if you're not sure what it's for, like there's no hope for you.
Steaks. It also works on steaks. I did test it on hamburger earlier this year. Oh. We infused it in the hamburgers, and it was like, damn. So I'm thinking in my head, if this is good on hamburgers, then this is going to be hella good on this. So here we go.
She really is, Sherry. She really is.
We're done. That looks good, right? And I just, what do you think? You suck. Okay,
I feel like it needs to be shaped into something suggestive.
Okay, well, let me see what I can do here. I just gotta go ahead and just kind of just make it kind of like those trees in Lawndale from last year. If you got my my card, you know, how does that look? Does that work? Just a little more pronounced down there. Just kind of there. How's that work? I just made a dong out of butter. Thank you to like the 3.5 people that are watching this right now. I apologize in advance. No, seriously though, I'm just gonna.
I mean, you know who this is, so you know you knew what you were in for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, you asked for it, so here we go. Lorena Baba time. Okay, so let's go ahead and just rub this guy. This is bless, and bless. Now, this is a ton of butter. Now, as Liz mentioned earlier, is that rubbing with, you know, these gloves are a little bit bigger. These are size large gloves, so they're kind of slipping off my fingers here. What's that? ABBA song slipping through my fingers? Yeah. So I'm just gonna orifice this thing and do the thing, and you know, just go ahead and do this. But oh yeah, and of course, you know, we can't neglect the other side either. So we're gonna make sure that, I know this is not pretty, but we're gonna make sure that the other side also gets it. So we wanna make sure that and yes, this butter is cold, so that's why it is not spreading. But we're going to get it in every orifice, we promise.
That's what she said.
Hey, you know what? If this thing is more involved in my personal life, then we're good here. You know, I mean, I'm going to make wonders out of this butter here and this, all that. So anyway, yeah, back to that story about Huntington Beach. So basically, I was humming and hawing on whether or not I was going to attempt again on Monday, like yesterday. If I was going to attempt to go back there and see if I could try my luck at trying to get this, and the answer was no. I just decided, you know what, no. If I'm going to do prime rib, I'm not going to do it by myself. So I pitched the idea, and Liz was on top of it, and we were like, you know, we are just going to. You didn't see that. I'll drop a little bit of that butter. I'm going to probably put it back on because you know what?
No.
I'm not going to do that.
I know what's on this kitchen floor. No.
Yeah, let's not. Well, I mean, you know, we are a sanitary.
I mean, it has been cleaned a bit since, unfortunately, my parents' Cocker Spaniel had to say goodbye, and it has been cleaned since then. But still,
you know,
like,
I mean, we could, you know, it's just. I mean, granted, I just made a dong out of butter, so I mean, I'm just inserting here. Hopefully, let's see if I can just get this. This is a lot messier than I expected it because this is not sticking. You know, I'm noticing about goat butter, it is not sticking as well as cow butter. I'm noticing this right now, mostly because we probably seasoned the shit out of it. But there's that.
it's like spackle.
It's like,
we are spackling the ribs.
Like, yeah, we're almost like spackling this which I kind of find funny. Right
this
now.
is why, you know, we're never going to make it as professional plasterers, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, remember, presentation isn't always
presentation after taste.
Yeah, it's
taste before presentation.
Exactly. And you know what? Yeah, I may not be a professional chef. Maybe, you know, this is like the one time that I go in and I make this happen. But ultimately, this will be covered. We're going to work on this, and yes, I'm going to just continue talking through the entire process because why not? You know, this is where we are. It's what we do. Except that these stupid gloves keep. Oh my god! Now I look like them. This is awful. You know, I'm gonna probably I'm this close to 86ing the gloves. I'm probably going to a spatula at this point. As soon as I can rub most of this butter off of these gloves, because it doesn't look like I'm being.
Maybe just take one glove off, and
Michael Jackson it.
Yeah, Michael Jackson it, so you can still hold it, and then the spatula is in the drawer.
Okay.
Next
Works
to you.
For me. So let's do that. Let's do a one. I'm gonna Michael Jackson this one. Hee hee. All right, spatula's in the drawer.
No, the drawer over there.
Okay.
Over there.
Yeah.
In there.
Has everyone already like gone home for the night?
There should be a red spatula, white spatula, pink spatula.
Let's go with the white. So yeah, I think this is gonna help. Yeah. Yeah, this was a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little better. Oh, Christ. Yeah, it's almost like it's spackle, like it wants to stick, but it doesn't. You know, it's kind of weird. Kind of a weird place to be. But you know what? I think it's gonna work. Yeah, this is gonna work. Yay! Yeah, let's go.
For those of you just joining us, welcome to How to Plaster a Prime Rib.
With goat butter. Because, yeah.
Why do you have to keep spoiling it? I'm really hoping someone's gonna like put a whole roast in plaster.
Well, I mean, it is like a plaster because I mean, if you think about the consistency of this butter, it is very different than cow butter. It's noticeable because with the Kerrygold that I normally use, the Irish butter that you know, it's a lot more. What's the best way to put it? It's a lot more like it melts into the meat, which I think that this is going to melt into the meat more as it sears. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, we did put a lot of spice in there.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
this is
this
going to
is
have
about.
some flavor.
Yeah, this is going to be the most flavorful thing to ever flavor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because you know what we think. Hey, you know what? If I actually had to pay Costco prices for this damn roast, it's gonna make. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for the spatula idea on this, because.
That wasn't my idea.
You sure?
I just told you where it was.
Well.
But either way, it is working. A treat.
Oh, this is so much better. Look at that. I'm gonna take some fun pictures of this before it goes in. You know, because. Just. Yeah.
Don't forget the other side.
Oh, I will. I will not neglect. I just want to make sure that I have a nice, because you know the ribs need some too. Got to put some on the ribs.
And we've got apple blueberry pie, which is a little caramelized on top, but I still promise will be good.
Oh, and gluten free.
That's true. It is gluten free.
Very gluten free. So we are definitely catering to everyone tonight. Because we can. So put a little more. Okay, then I'm gonna flip this one more time. Right.
Oh.
Let's get some of that. Oop. See, that's
That's thick.
That's thick. So we're gonna take some of that off so that we can.
She's a brick house.
Yeah, this is going to be the most seasoned, buttery prime rib you're going to see online tonight. Well, actually, maybe we'll take pictures when it comes out of the oven in about, I don't know, 3 hours or something like that, 3.5 hours. You know,
It's gonna be like 7 o'clock. It's gonna be a late-ish dinner.
it's okay.
We tried, but somebody didn't get here.
Rats needed to eat. Sorry, rats needed to eat. By the way, I'd like to thank the 2 volunteers who came in to help me actually get that all done faster. And originally, what happened was they came in because the rats needed nail trims. Yes, I do. I did manicures on rats before I came here, and it was just one of those things where we kind of just needed to. They helped me. Remember, if you know that I run a rat rescue, there are over 80 rats in my house right now. That is actually, considering that I'm talking about, I'm the one saying it. It just means that it is not a cause for alarm. It just means I have 80 rats in my house, and it's just what it is. So, how are we doing? Oop, I missed a spot. I've got to get in every orifice here, Can't leave. Cannot. Yeah, we can't just less. Make sure that stays. I think we're pretty good, aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah, it's just that. So the rib is right here, so we're going to push that down. This is a little bit on the thick side, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to spread this out a little bit more. This is my only complaint about using goat butter for this, is that it is literally like stubborn spackle. So
It was an experiment.
yeah, and you know what? Let's find out what happens, because if the pros outweigh the cons in regards to preparation using this, then goat butter might be a thing. I have never prepared a roast with goat butter, and I am quite intrigued by the potential that this could bring. So we don't know. Okay, so anyway, that's where we are. I think that's spread out as far as this can. Obviously, the heat is going to spread it even more. So I think that's where we are. Now, I mentioned 7.1 pounds at 5 minutes each. is going to place us at 35 minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead and plop this on. Ooh, look at that bastard.
Well, we lost. We have to put some back.
Oh, we do. We do have to put some back. And that's okay. just put it back. Like, you know, and it did fall off earlier, you know, when it's not going to be perfect, but it's also the rib side down, I mean the bone side down, so it's not a tragedy if we missed. Like, you know, we try to get almost every, including the fat cap on the top. We don't want to waste any of this butter.
Happy New Year, Sherry.
Yep. Thank you for joining in here. You know, we're going to be here until I get this in the oven, and while I continue to insult Huntington Beach. But yeah, like I said, I'll tell you, most of the people at that open mic on last Monday, they were not funny. I'm sitting there going, how is this even allowed, dude? Like, that was not even, like, damn. And, you know, if you're familiar with, you know, the particular leanings of that part of town, you're kind of just like, look, like, Christine, I'm so sorry you had to be there. And I'm like, I'm sorry to be there too.
Remy is looking very excited about this.
What do you think? Does it suck still, or are you okay? Like, are you finished swearing at me? You good? Are we good? You know, it's, you know, I think that after a while, you know, Remy starts to assume the persona of like Gordon Ramsay at this point. It's just...
The truth is that Christine just doesn't want to take medication for the voices in her head, and so this is how we work around it.
Now, I already have to take medication for blood pressure and cholesterol, okay? I already have enough problems. Like, do I have any more like ailments that I have to attribute to, you know, that I have to live here? So anyway, let me get this. Let me get my hands clean here. Anyway, questions, comments, or if you want to be the you know, the armchair referee telling me that I basically performed an illegal action that I need to be shut down, you know, we can do that too.
Well, you know, you do that on a daily basis, so...
I know, right? I'm performing illegal operations on a daily. I mean, look at me. I'm already, like, you know, it's like using you know, Disney intellectual property right now to further my pursuits in amateur cooking. But
I mean, as long as we don't sell anything, we're not in violation of the cottage laws or anything.
No. That's, although there are several people who will be benefiting from this. So with that being said, as you can see, our temperatures here are at 5 here. Yeah, I know this butter, man. This was some weird butter to really work with, because I tell you, it was literal spackle. Like, my right hand, after like using this spatula, is like, it's hurting.
Tell us about how your hand hurts, Christine.
Yeah, how did my hand hurt? Because I had to just rub all that butter on that giant, thick meat. I mean, look how girthy that meat was. I mean...
Book talk. Please chime in.
Yeah, it's very thick. Very thick. Right? Anyway, you know... Oh, and by the way, too, just to add to the amusement of everything, is that last Saturday, and if you're on my Instagram and you're on Facebook as well, it's actually became my 5,000th Instagram post, which just tells you how little of a social life I actually have. We did mochi for the second year in a row, so this is, I brought in, and it's still defrosting because I froze them so that they wouldn't get moldy and bad. But these are some of the mochis that I made on Saturday, so this is part of our little festivities here.
Which I fully intend to eat.
Yes, so 7 times 5 is 35. Let's do it. We're going to set a timer for 35 minutes, and then go from there. All right. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and open the hatch here and pray. Well, after that, you know. Dear Lord, do not burn down this house. Excuse me. Because hot. All right, here you go, baby. And then we.
Julie, this is the spice mix.
Yes.
It's this prime rib rub, and it was mixed into goat butter, and then smeared liberally all over.
Yes. I found this at Costco. I think they still sell it. And hi, Julie. Greetings from happy California. I hope you're doing well. I figure you are at home up in Washington State. Love to see you. Miss you. And I hope Gobi is okay. Because I will be very sad if anything happens to Gobi, because people keep feeding him the wrong crap. For your context, Gobi is a Bactrian camel who lives. I'm going to start the thing. All right, here we go. Gobi is a Bactrian camel who lives in the greater Seattle area on somebody's land, and he's just a cool dude. And but people are stupid about they don't know how to take care, how to care for, he's a wild animal and you're only supposed to feed him certain things, but people are stupid and they think, oh, any vegetable is a good vegetable, and then he gets screwed up. Yeah, anyway, that's Gobi. But anyway, so we are on for 35 minutes for a this is the surface sear. So the way that we calculate this is that we weighed the roast first, which came up to 7.1 pounds. I just said 7, we'll call it that. And 7 pounds 1 ounce technically. Multiply that by 5, that's 35 minutes. And it's searing at high. And then as soon as that happens, after 35 minutes, I'll round it up to 36 minutes or whatever. We turn it off and we do not open this oven for 2.5 hours. It's 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes. And by doing so, that will guarantee a medium rare. It is a reverse sear. This is the method that I prefer when it comes to making prime rib, as I prefer reverse sear over the slow cook. However, is there a right way to do it? Technically, no, but depending on, like I said, this is the style that I ended up learning on. And so when I've done prime ribs, this is the one that has worked the most effectively for me. So yeah. Do we have any other random questions from our friends in the audience?
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, I mean, we've got this thing going. We're going to just hope that...
Pray for us that we don't all end up with food poisoning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna achieve proper temperature. I mean, it's a prime rib. And the thing with prime rib is that it is one of those cuts of meat that is the most intimidating to... it's one of the most intimidating cuts of meat to cook because people think that it's difficult. It's not that it's difficult, you just have to do the prep correctly and then just wait. Can't rush the process on a prime rib. And
if you want to be extra sure, you can always use a meat thermometer.
Yeah, and we've got a few of those to stab with, so that's gonna
do.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit later than usual, but than we expected, but my babies have to eat, sorry. And I think Rebby's done cursing at me. I think I might have done okay.
And always remember, if it walks out of your fridge, let it go.
Let's see, what other comments do we have here?
Pat has joined us. Hi, Pat.
Ah, Pat. Which one?
Anderson.
Ah, Pat Anderson. We got our Washington peeps all chiming in. Yeah, happy almost New Year. And our lovely, it's in the oven now. That was interesting. Although, I have to say, if you were around about 5 minutes ago, you would have seen the spackling involved because goat butter just does not melt. It doesn't have the same pliability and meltiness that the Irish butter has. So we are very much experimenting. I mean,
it was also right out of the fridge.
Yeah, fat is fat though, in that sense of the butter, being prepared and all that. So we'll see. I mean, it is a...
We should do duck schmaltz sometime.
Ooh.
Schmaltz!
Yeah, that would be a little insane. Maybe next year. I don't know, because traditionally prime rib is usually prepared with cow butter, so we'll see where cow versus goat comes in handy in this case.
Just gonna mix butter, schmaltz, lard. We're just gonna...
We'll just cholesterol happy, I mean, it's not like... I mean, it's all gonna melt, right?
Right.
As long as it starts doing its thing. Is there a
She acts like I have any clue how anything in my parents' kitchen actually works.
Well, that's not it. Oh, wait.
No.
Hey! Hot tua! Oh, look at that thing starting already doing its little simmer.
Please no haktuing in the kitchen. That's not sanitary. Oh my god.
Spit on that thing! I know. Are we banned from the internet yet?
Why? I've known this woman since we were in high school, so over 20 years now, and sometimes I really wonder. Really do.
Things that have been around Well, actually, no, our friendship's been longer than that. I don't know how much longer, but
we graduated 20 years ago. Over
More than
20 years ago. Like, our 20-year reunion was 2 years ago.
Yeah, so...
So, we've known each other for, like, almost 26 years now, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And considering that, assuming that I don't get soft banned by anybody on Facebook, if we get to July of 2025, my Facebook account will be legally allowed to drink in the United States. Yes, I will have a 21-year-old Facebook account.
I'm telling people how old we are.
No, I'm telling people how old my Facebook account is. People be like, wait, how long have you been on Facebook? I said, no, I was within one of the first 200,000 people to join Facebook, and my original account, the one I currently have, and actually what we're doing right now is just making sure that this thing doesn't light on fire. That's one of the problems I experienced actually during the last time I cooked this roast during the pandemic, is that I put the rack too close to the top of the oven, and it did slightly catch on fire. I was able to save it real quick, and it was fine.
Does anybody know how to put out a grease fire if we need to?
Well, I mean, if you have a type A, I believe it's a type A, or if you have flour or cornstarch, we can figure this out.
We do.
Okay, then we're fine. We got flour, cornstarch.
And actually, we have had to put out oven fires before. It's not fun.
Yeah, that's why we're just watching to make sure, because we are doing a heavy sear here.
There is a little bit of smoke, but I think that's from the little bit of burnt pie that I couldn't get off the bottom of the oven. Tried.
I'm pretty sure it's right.
It's just going to add to the smoky flavor of our prime rib.
Well, I mean, the fact that it's already like searing on the outside, which is looking very glorious right now. I mean, that's pretty glorious. I'm thinking right now.
I don't know if people can see. We kind of need to well, now I feel like I should have cleaned the oven door.
Oh, it's okay. It's not like, how many times do I just come to your house saying, you know what, I think I'm just going to live stream all my debauchery right now?
Far more often than people would suspect.
Well, yesterday, I ended up...
that doesn't even include all the debauchery that doesn't get live streamed.
Well, it's one of those things that, going back to, so we're still live streaming here because I'm making sure that this does not light on fire. So yesterday I had these two laptops that had been in my storage since 2023, and I wanted to finally dispatch them because they were one of them was from 97, the other one was from 98, and I didn't want to just throw them away, like send them to Best Buy for e-waste. By the way, if you do need to e-waste any of your old electronics, and it doesn't matter what it is, you can send it to Best Buy, and they will take it, no questions asked, because it goes straight to the recycler. Anyway. Cool. Oh, yes, fixing the exhaust fan.
A little more fan, sorry.
Yeah. So, anyway, yesterday, and it's been posted on my Facebook page, and it's also on YouTube, but I did do a fun comparison of these two laptops. One of them was an IBM ThinkPad from 97, and a Toshiba from 98. And I compared them against my 2022 MacBook Pro 13-inch, which is, in terms of the length and width, is a very similar form factor, but in terms of the thickness, thick. They were very, very thick. And the most, kind of surreal and meta part about the whole thing is that I shot the video using the phone that's being used for the live stream right now, and edited the video using the laptop that I compared against the two computers that were going to be thrown out. So that was kind of a really fun, crazy thing. And, I have to say 1998 was a good year, because it's probably one of the last years I had before everything went to shit.
We got to show everybody a proper shot of your t-shirt here.
Oh, yes, of course. And now those who know, right? Everyone knows that on Wednesdays, it's amateur fight night at the Waffle House. And for all you, lifelong Californians who are probably watching this and never have been to a Waffle House,
you're missing out.
Yeah, you need to go to, the closest one in Arizona and just do it. Just be that person who gets the chair thrown at them. Or gets in the situation where the chair is being thrown, and then the lady, freaking, one hand catches it like it's Mjolnir. That lady should be canonized as saint. Seriously. It's almost like she literally...
Protect her at all costs.
Protect her at all costs. She should be the patron saint of, late night, 24-hour cafe debauchery. Okay? That stuff doesn't fly. And there's a lot of...
Well, apparently the chair did.
The chair does. There's a lot of stuff that happens at a Waffle House that nobody ever talks about. And
what happens at Waffle House stays at Waffle House.
Or ends up on Instagram if you get something epic like the chair. Man, I can hear that sizzle, pop. That's pretty epic right now. I'm appreciating it very much.
I'm trying to see. It doesn't want to focus on
Yeah,
it
it
too
doesn't.
well.
But you can hear the snap crackle pop right now. You know. So, but yeah, Waffle House fight night. You know, it's amateur night on Wednesdays, and tomorrow is New Year's Day.
Oh, Arkansas Waffle House fight night, Nikki. That's.
So fun stories, you know, when I used to live in Ohio, I worked at this used motorcycle dealership and it shared the parking lot of a Waffle House. Now, fortunately, we haven't had any, like, biker fights or anything like that, but that would be pretty funny if it did. Yeah, that would be disturbing. But yeah, that's where we are right now. So, you know, today's
You should start a chapter, Waffle on Wheels.
Waffle on Wheels, no. You know, and here's the thing, okay. LA County, as much as I love living in Southern California, and, you know, I am a lifelong Los Angeles County resident, with the exception of 5 years that we don't talk about all the time.
They don't count.
Yeah, those don't count. Especially because, like, you know, a year and a half of that was technically Orange County. Yeah, I was good after that. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so we're a little far from those particular, you know, restaurants. Like Waffle House, the closest one I believe is Yuma, Arizona, in terms of distance from here to, from LA to a Waffle House. I believe it is, but you'd have to Google that one. And then the closest, we have 2 Cracker Barrels that are within distance. Actually 3. No, is it 3?
Bye, Pat. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you. I believe there's 4. Is it 3 or 4? Anyway, so in California, in terms of, like, Cracker Barrels within reach, you've got Victorville on I-15. You've got Rialto off near the 215, I believe it is, or the 210, 215. So there's Rialto. And then you have Camarillo. That's going to be the 3rd one. And I believe there might be another one, but it's off the top of my head, I don't remember. But they're all in either San Bernardino County or Riverside County, or Ventura. So we don't have a lot of access to those things. But I am glad when I see the out-of-stater who sees this shirt and starts busting out laughing because of the implications behind it. It's still probably one of my favorite shirts to wear, and I do try to wear it on a Wednesday. And since tomorrow is a Wednesday, you know, this is just a reminder that New Year's Day we all start with a pretty good fight out of Waffle House. So yeah. With that said, we're at currently 22 minutes.
Night, Christine.
Yay.
From Julie.
See you later. But yeah, we're currently at 22 minutes of watching this. It hasn't lit on fire yet. I think we're going to be okay. But yeah.
I gotta say, it's smelling really hella good.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I mean, that's good. You know, usually smell is going to be a good indicator of a potential success. So just remember here our massive spice attack, brought to you by Rodell Prime Rib Seasoning, found at Costco. If you can find it somewhere else, please grab this stuff. Works well on burgers. Also works well with pork. You can put this on a pork roast if you felt like it. Definitely have some fun with this. This is because when we made herb butter, that was like a no-joke herb butter. That was just ridiculous.
It was proper herb butter.
That was gratuitously appropriate. But yeah,
With proper herbs.
Proper herbs.
You say H because there's a fucking H in it.
Okay, fine. Fucking H. Jesus fucking H. Anyway, we'll take pictures and post everything when it's all time.
Okay, are we signing off? Or
I think we are because I mean I'm just going to be rambling on about how much Huntington Beach still scares me. I think we're good.
Save me, y'all! Save me!
Yahoo!
No, it's all right.
Bye.
Bye. How do we unlive this?
I don't know. There's
Finish.